Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be Sandy Bay 19 episode 7 in seasons. So if this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, so if you remember last episode, this is right where we were at. We sold some silage and it's slowly knocking it down. So we need to keep hauling more silage here. That's one of the goals we need to do today since we have hundreds of thousands of liters of silage. So we need to take care of that. A couple of new mods I added. So the first one I added was the Easy Development Control mod. And essentially just to make it easier for me to prepare episodes and stuff like that. Not so I can cheat money in. That's not the goal at all. But it'll make it a little bit easier for some of the stuff I need to do. So I did add that in case I needed it for anything. An example of when I would use that is if I'm trying to take I'm not sure what the thumbnail is going to be like, for example, for this episode, no idea. Eventually I'll know what it's going to be, but I'm not going to want to take the picture right after I complete the episode, because normally I complete it in the evening, the light's not as good and everything like that, and I want it to be a bright thumbnail. So I might set the time, I might save the game and then force the time to be like noon, so that way I can take a decent thumbnail. So that's just one example of when I would use it. The next mod I added in is the animal pen, or the animal, I think that, animal extension mod, or animal pen extension. And essentially what that does is it allows me to, so I talked about buying a lot more chickens and doing stuff like that maybe next year in this gameplay series. And the one thing that's difficult about buying tons of animals in seasons, especially one like chickens where you need a lot to make money anyways, is you have to just, you keep hitting enter on the keyboard. At least that's how it is for PC. So that one, if I hold down enter, it'll rapidly start switching them over. So that way it'll make that process a little bit easier for me. It'll also show me how many I'm moving over, which it currently does not show. So I figured that would be a very useful mod for this gameplay series. And if you're playing on seasons and you're doing animals, I recommend it. It just makes a whole world of difference. Makes a lot easier. So download that if you haven't already. But yeah, here we are back at the farm. We'll go take a look. If you didn't watch the last episode, go watch that, because well, we have literally tons and tons of silage. So yeah, we'll go take a look at it real quick here. But yeah, we got one trailer out, which barely put a dent in it. Oh yeah, barely a dent in that thing. So, and I haven't taken a look at the fields yet, so we'll take a look at that in a second. We might be, I mean, it's gonna get close to harvest season here soon. Gosh, I can't back up trailers to save my life. Try this like this a little bit. Not quite where I want it. Alright. Oh, now I'm hitting the fence. Stand by. Technical difficulties. And it's kind of funny. In real life, I actually can back up a trailer quite well, but in game, not so much. Oh, man. It's actually the same thing with like forklifts in this game. I struggle to drive like forklifts or front loaders or stuff like that, but I've actually have a fair amount of experience driving them in real life, so I'm actually pretty good at them. But okay, so we parked the trailer. Let's go look at our map here. So we have all our stuff is growing. We'll turn grass on and check on our grass because we want to try to get a second cut. I don't see any weeds down here. He's down there just in case there's any weeds, so no big deal there. As far as harvesting goes, this stuff is going to be ready soon. Very, 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 very soon. And then this will be close to follow. So actually, if we hop out and, well, let's go see. Actually, I want to check the percentage of the grass as well to see what percent it is grown. And we can do that with our magical MT9. 33%, so it's already a third of the way grown, which is great. So let's actually go drive out. We'll take the pickup truck just because it's a little faster. We'll go drive out and take a look at field 1. We got some liquid fertilizer loaded up here. There's not a whole lot else we have to do today, really. We're just, we may end up harvesting in this episode. I mean, obviously we won't harvest today, but we may harvest in this episode, because I'm probably just, today my goal is just going to be to load up the biogas plant. That's honestly my goal today, is to get all that selling, and then it'll be nice to get some cash from that. That'll help us out quite a bit. It's crazy the difference, like in this game, if we go in here for silage at the BGA, it's 270, and then in No Man's Land it's 720. So it's definitely a remarkable difference. But oh, anyhow, all right, let's take a look at these guys. A lot of moisture on the crops, and they're only halfway grown. Oh, ooh, we'll see. Yeah, that's crop moisture there. That's ground moisture. So ground moisture is not too bad, but crop moisture is going to have to go a lot lower than that before we're going to be able to harvest these guys anyways. So, but I mean, actually, let's see what we have for contracts. Are any good ones? Oh yeah, we'll take fertilizing 22, 15. Yeah, that's another 20 grand right there. I mean, probably obviously less than that after a fertilizer, but yeah, I'll probably have a worker knock those out while I'm hauling silage around. So that is, well, let's go park the truck. That is kind of what I'm going to work on. And actually, let's take a look at that's right, it's in the season screen, our chickens. I need to feed them, and their cleanliness is terrible, but I don't know what that affects, to be honest with you. If you know what that affects in seasons, let me know, because there's not like a productivity rate. Maybe it does slow down their production, which would make sense, I guess. But yeah, I'll probably feed them before I get going today. But yeah, so we started off with I want to say 260 chickens, and now we're up to that many. How's our Corners crosses doing? Up to 9.8 pounds. Those babies are gonna be very, very worthwhile. So, and the animal extension's not working yet. That's because I think you have to, let's try this. I think you have to save it, and then it should add it in. So now let's try this. No, maybe you have to exit out of the game after you save it. It pops up a message when you download it, but anyhow, not a big deal. Go park this guy. Hopefully harvest, well, I mean, I guess it might just end up having to be, we're probably going to be harvesting at the same time we're going to be trying to mow all our grass, which is going to be a lot going on at once, but I think we should be able to get it done. Oh, jeez. There we go. All right, so that is what I'm going to work on, folks. So if I have an update, I might even bring it back in until the end of this day in game. So we'll just kind of see if I have anything that happens or anything I feel like I want to mention. I'll bring you guys back in, but that's kind of where we're sitting right now. All right, so I first off, as you see, it's 1846 hours, 6:40ish at night. So I did a lot happened. As you can see, I made a pretty good progress in here. However, I'm running into a couple issues. So you know how we had this weird thing happen here at the grass, and so this is grass. It's just it's grass, and then I don't know why it didn't get covered, but it was weird. And if you remember that episode, it was what it was. So this guy's almost full here. I have a list of things. Let me go through all that. So I filled up the case tractor with fuel. That cost $458. I also repaired it. It cost $643. So actually, let's go into here real quick into contracts. I finished both those contracts. So I'm going to collect and collect. I switched the money over to pounds because I always forget it was in dollars. So, okay, let me see. So I think I did so far, if you include, so loads of these, which are 28,000 liters a piece, loads of these to the BGA. I did 1 last episode. So, and then I did 8 this episode, I think. I think I kept count. It could be 9, but it won't be less than 8, at least 8. So possibly we're sitting at 9 or 10 loads into the BGA. So we're going to get a lot of money tonight, which is going to be fantastic. And as you see, the money went down even though we did contracts, and that's because I bought a couple of things. Yeah, let's go over that. I did feed the chickens. The chickens I had forgotten to feed. So they are sitting, if we go in here, they're sitting pretty good with food right now. They're producing a little bit more eggs. So anyhow, we ran into some issues. Yeah. Well, let me go over that in a second. So as you see, we have a new trailer here, and it's not a standard trailer. So I mentioned we finished the contracts already. So I have a list next to me because there's all these things I wanted to mention or make sure I did not forget to mention that happened while you guys were gone. We spent another 6,400 pounds on fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. We have most of it left. And I kept, if we go into the map here, is there any more? Ooh, that one. We'll take that one. It just popped up. So up here, finish these 2 contracts. I left the John Deere up here, which actually now I'm going to have to bring it home, and I'll explain that in a second. The truck's back over here. I was going to leave him up there because he's going to do some more contracts, and actually he might go knock out, what was it, field 8? Is our contract? So he'll knock out, where's field 8? Oh, 8 right there. Is that the one we took? Yeah, field 8. So he can knock that out on this way home. But anyhow, so I wanted to get like a small utility trailer to use around the farm. So I didn't want to just use the the standard one. So I downloaded this mod. This is if we go into trailers, there we go. Go all the way down to the indoor mods. So this is the Lizard ORMTP80 mod, and I'll have a link to that down in the description. It's just a bulk trailer. It costs 19,000 pounds. It holds 8,000 liters. So pretty standard, just a basic trailer. I mean, it's this would have been probably a cheaper option for I mean, that's 4,000 to get 8,000 in it. Yeah, that would have been a cheaper option, but still. And actually, I'm kind of regretting not buying this, and I'll explain that in a second. So I had an issue here where I was loading the silage. I figured I'd clear this out first because it was done fermenting before I continued over here, which if we open up the help menu, we still have 205,000 liters in here, so a ton. Over here, we have hardly any left, which, you know, makes sense. But there was grass in there, and then the milling machine picked up some grass. So I was trying to empty it. I couldn't empty it into that trailer. I was going to go get the chicken trailer, which I probably just should have done. But I was like, no, I wanted to use like a utility trailer. So this guy, I don't know if what's going on with this now. It had grass in it half a second ago. But anyhow, it for whatever reason will not accept grass from the milling machine. Even if I pull the milling machine next to it, the milling machine will not put anything into this trailer. So I don't know what's up with that. And also the milling machine is not picking any of the silage up. I don't know why it's not, but it's not picking up the remainder. So I guess the game has decided that I've been using the milling machine too much, and I couldn't get the milling machine to pick up some of this. Like, it's picking up this stuff as I keep going back, but some of this I just couldn't get. I don't know why. I'll try again in a little bit, but this is almost full. I think it's at like 27,000 some odd liters. But what I'm gonna do is down at the store, this guy can't have a front loader attachment. It's not an option, but our John Deere can. So I purchased a if we go into the store, actually, let's go in our garage look at what I purchased. So this guy can have the front loader attachment. I haven't added it onto him yet, but I will. There's our trailers. I purchased, and actually I can return that, can't I? I might just do that because it was, yeah, can I see? Yeah, I'm just going to sell it. It was useless. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. It didn't work with the milling machine. So maybe we will go, when the John Deere goes down to the store. I still want it like a utility trailer, but I'm just going to get the standard one of these guys. I think I'll just get it in an 8,000 liter capacity. I don't need a whole lot more. So that'll be, I don't really need the 12. The 12's a little overkill. So I'm going to just buy that. That's cheaper anyways. I don't know why that didn't work. I'm sure that it works fine. It just apparently didn't work with the milling machine. Since it's two mods trying to get them to work together, it may not happen. So I'm sure it's probably not the milling machine's, well, it's probably both's fault. The milling machine's just not set up to work with all the modded trailers. It's just not tested. So we'll just use that as a utility trailer because I wanted to be able to use this. I also wanted to take it up and clean the chicken pen. We should be able to just pick up what's on the ground with this guy here. So that should work for that. So I'm going to take the John Deere up from where he's at over here. I'm probably going to, I want to pick up that trailer too. I'm probably going to drive him back down to here, have them fertilize that field, come over here, drop a lot of driving, drop off the fertilizer spreader, and then head down to the shop and pick up the front loader attachment and the other trailer. But yeah, so I'm going to try to get this out of here, and I bought the front loader and the front loader bucket just in case, like the milling machine, since it's not getting some of this, that way I should hopefully be able to scoop it out. Hopefully it's not a glitch with the map, because that would be really frustrating. But if it's just a glitch of the milling machine, shouldn't be a big deal to scoop out the extra stuff or the remainder that I can't get with the front loader. So not a big deal. So that's what we're going to end up doing. But just an update, what I'm going to spend the rest of the night is doing that stuff I explained with the John Deere's, fertilizing that one field, and then fertilizing that one field, and then I'm going to go pick up the stuff for the store. That's honestly all that's going to happen. And then tomorrow we're going to see how much we're going to get from the BGA. I think it's going to be around, I want to say around $70,000 to $90,000, somewhere in that range. So, and then we may have buy in a harvester because our stuff might be ready to harvest tomorrow or the next day. So we're just kind of prepping all that. I just struggles with this that we're dealing with. I might actually just hook the milling machine up and then get another load in here just to get this dumped off tonight too. The BGA is keeping up as fast as I can dump it. Essentially, it's a little slow if I'm going load to load to load, like back-to-back loads, but for the most part, it's keeping up with how fast I am dumping it in there. So that is good news for us. But yeah, I think I'll load this up, maybe do that tonight. So there's just another load sitting in there. And then I'll do the stuff with the John Deere. Maybe I'll drive it over and hire a worker to do that fertilizing contract while I load this up the rest of the way. So that's probably what I'll do. But that's just an update for you guys. Some weird stuff happened. I purchased some stuff. It is what it is. So the miracle mod, the milling machine, is not always working the way I want it to. But it is what it is. For $5,000, it's definitely paid itself off already. So, all right, just a quick update for you. All right, folks, so I finished up that fertilizing contract. So we'll go ahead and accept that. So a little extra cash there. We're up at 190. We'll be a lot more in the morning. So after I got this trailer, then I was able to work with the milling machine again, and then all of a sudden the milling machine was picking up this stuff. So I think I got all the extra loose grass into this trailer. It's around 3,000 some odd liters. Honestly, we're probably just going to throw it in the bunker silo up top and then let it just start fermenting just because whatever. And then we'll put the rest of the grass down in these guys when we get our second cut. Yeah, I didn't really get a whole lot. It's sitting kind of wonky. And then I got our bucket here, so hopefully that'll pick up that. I haven't tried it yet. Actually, you know what? Let's just try it. A lot better at using these in real life, believe it or not. Oh boy. All right. And I put the normal tires back on here, took the narrows off. Well, that's not good. So it is kind of a glitch deal. But if we come at it at a different angle. And no. Does this still show we have stuff in here? Yeah, it says 2380 silage. So, well, I hope that means we can... I hope that doesn't mean that we can't use this anymore. Because that would really suck. Can we get that? I guess would be no. Nope. Alright, well. Oh, boy. Yeah, hopefully that means we can't just... We're not just in a spot where we just can't use it anymore. Because that would really stink. Alright, set this guy down here. So, I normally wouldn't keep you guys on the recording while I'm sleeping through the night. But I am this time because we're going to get a boatload of cash that should show up in our bank accounts around midnight. So we're going to hop up here and hit R, and it's 9:46. How long do I want to sleep? So 12 hours would put us at 9:46 in the morning, which we don't want that. So let's do 10 hours would put us at 7:46. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Let's look up at our money. 83,159 pounds. Uh-oh. Animals are dying of old age. We have, what, 3 die? That's not too bad. Late summer. Oh, a lot died. How many do we have now? It's going... It's kind of scary. 47? Did our Cornish crosses all died except for this guy? Of old age? I didn't know that that was old. Wow. Well, we better... They're mature. They're not old. They're newborns. Wow. Well, we lost a lot of money on our chickens. Well, we didn't really, honestly, well, I guess, yeah, because we fed them. So I guess we did lose a lot of money. Well, that's a learning experience for us. I don't think I saved yesterday, so I'm not going to worry about it, though. So we're going to go into here, and we're going to buy a bunch more Cornish crosses. And we now know that they get old really fast. And actually, let's sell the one that's survived. Is he not in here? Did he die as well? No, he's right there. Let's sell him. Move. Yeah, we'll move him over there. Oh, boy. All right. I should be able to hold down. Oh, I guess that's not working, even though I exited out of the game. So let me... I'm going to pause it here, because instead of you guys hearing my clicking in the background incessantly forever, I'm just going to pause the recording. All right, so I got everything set up here. So I just went ahead and maxed out the pen. It's 500, in case you were wondering. So yeah, I got us mostly Cornish crosses. I actually sold our roosters because they're just not going to be useful right now. That way, the Rhode Island Reds are producing a little bit of eggs for us. And I mean, obviously, they're slowly gaining weight too. We have all the younger ones here. But we should have just a boatload of the Cornish crosses. So now we know that they age super quick. So we're not going to make that mistake again. Thank you very much. And if we go into, let's go check out our crops. Any good things happening here? Okay, everything's getting ready. So the next growth stage should be ready to harvest, which is gonna be fantastic. So today I'm just gonna deal with, we don't have any contracts that I want, right? No, not really. That one's been on here the whole time. Anyhow, no contract. So all I'm gonna do today is just keep working on the silage. All right, so it is just before noon here in day 5 of the summer and the first day of late summer. So here's what we got going on. So this trailer has 13,302 liters in it, and all of that I can't get out of the silo. It won't let me pick it up or anything. So that's obviously a bit of a problem. Before we solve that, though, our grass is getting close, and actually I want to hop out and see where it's at. I think it needs one more growth state. Yeah, 67. So it'll get to that nice gold here in a second, or in the next growth state. So we might be mowing soon. We'll see, though. Yeah, I think this episode is probably going to be us buying a harvester and getting harvest started. That's probably how we're going to end this episode. We'll probably end it tomorrow. But yeah, and I tried the bucket, couldn't get anything with the bucket on this. I think there's a little bit here I could still pick up, but it's just I can't get both the trailer and the milling machine in here side by side in order to do that. So I thought of a solution that I'm going to try. So I'm actually going to go before I do this, and this is going to hopefully clear out the bunker silos and give us our full yield out of them. So I'm going to save the game here. Hop out, and if I go and open the help menu, I'm going to write this down. We have 51,857 liters in this silo, and then if we hop over, whoa, open silo. Wait a second. Did that solve it? Open silo. Wait a second, that might have solved it there. Well, look at that, and they had 2,880 here. So maybe I... Well, I'll let you know what my plan was to fix it if that ended up fixing it there and we don't have to deal with it. Actually, let me move you over to... And we'll see here in a second, I suppose. That's weird that you have to open the silo kind of twice. If that worked, that'd be great. Ooh. Well, that's not going to work. Am I picking it up? No, I'm not picking that up. What about this? No, I'm not picking it up. Should be, I mean, I know there's no trailer behind it, but it'll pick up like 95 liters before. Yeah, there's nowhere else in here to open the silo. Right, yeah, there's nothing. Well, let me go over to the other side and try it. Nope, that's not picking anything up either. All right, well, my original plan might have to be what we do. Well, look at this. This is kind of... Oh, geez, I'm stuck in here now. Come on. I feel like I should be able to walk through that. I guess not, though. See, it kind of... Oh, I was probably in the wall. That's why that was glitched out, or looked glitched. Yeah, it's not letting us get anything. So 51,857 and 2380. All right, so game is still saved at least close enough to when I was going to fix it. So let me try this, and I'm going to do all the trying of it, and then I will bring you back in if it worked. Well, I'll bring you back in whether or not it worked, but I'll bring you back in and hopefully tell you it did work. So I'm going to try this real quick. All right, it did work. So what I had to do, as you see there, it's fill level 0, and it was the same over on this side. And you'll probably already know what I did looking at that, but I don't know what's up with this. Couldn't tell you. It's just there. It doesn't show up as anything. But what I did was I essentially used the landscaping tool and I painted over top. So if you have loose material, if you want to get rid of it, and just that's all you want to do is get rid of it, you don't need it, you can just paint over top of it. And now obviously we still had 51,857 liters in this one, and then 2380 in the other one. So let me open up a calculator here. Plus 51,857. So we have a total of 54,237 liters, which, you know, this might seem like cheating, but I don't think it is. We deserve that extra amount. So if I go into, well, let me see if I should be able to. That's not what I want to do. Should be, yeah, here we go. F3012. What is that? Is that what brand this trailer is? Maybe it is. We'll go see here. Yeah, it is the 3012. Okay, yeah. So I can fill it with silage. So I'm going to go dump this off. Well, I guess that fills it only to... I got an even better idea. Right over here, so we still even have to load it. Just right here in the middle. I'm going to go into this, And I should be able to tip to ground. If I do silage, I guess it's only going to give me a couple of different figures here. So 50,000 will get us close. So we'll see what that does. Okay, and then we'll add the extra. So it's 1,000 and 10,000. So we'll do 1,000 times 4. 4. Okay. So that's, now we're only missing 237. So you know what? Whatever. 237, we can live without it. Yeah. So there we go. And that should work to pick up this way. So if we pull, watch it not work, guys. That'll probably be my luck. And then I'll be trying to clean up the, oh. Hopefully this doesn't just make it more of a mess, but I think this will work, and that doesn't look like as much as I wanted, but that should be another 54,000 on the ground there. So let me hop over in this tractor. Well, at least that cleared out, so we can now use those again at least. So that solved one problem. Now let's see if we can't solve the problem of actually getting the silage. Oh, you're... I filled up the bucket. That's hilarious. Well, we'll have to deal with that too, but yeah, this is working. Perfect. This will work, and then I can still haul it all down to the store and everything like that, and it'll be basically like nothing happened other than a big glitch. And now I know that there is going to be an update to Sandy Bay 19. Originally, my thinking was, well, I can't update the game because it's such a big update that you can't keep your previous save games in it. So my concern was, and actually, if you didn't know this, you can do this on trailers. That's full. Perfect. My concern was, well, I don't want to lose all of our progress here, and I don't want it to start the gameplay series over, especially since you guys have been watching it and seeing what we're doing around the farm. So I kind of thought of a way around that. If the update comes soon, then when this in-game year ends, I will essentially start a new game, but I'll use this guy, the development controls. I'll just add the exact amount of money we need to buy all of the equipment we have. I can even write down, you're going to love this, I can even write down exactly how much wear and hours and everything we're going to have on each vehicle. So I can write all of the information down, and essentially it's like we're starting over, and then I'll fill up all the machines that I'm all repaired, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I can just put them to the correct hours, get everything on here, everything like that, add our chickens in, add all the money we need to buy the chickens. We'll probably sell the chickens before we close it out, and then I can just put in the exact amount of money needed to get all the land we have and everything we have. So that might be what I ended up doing. And then even though I'm starting on a new game, essentially, a new game save, we're just going to be exactly where we left off. The only things I'm not going to be able to adjust with that is like the previous yield or the previous harvest we got off the crops. Like the fields are going to be kind of, they're just going to be whatever. So we're going to have to kind of adjust our crop rotation to make sure we're still getting good yields and stuff. And we may kind of change our plans a little bit there. But I think that's a good way to go. And I think that way there's going to be new crops for us to do, such as I think carrots and onions, I want to say, are going to be in there. And I don't know if that's going to include like the equipment. I'm assuming there's got to be equipment. You're not just going to handpick them. But yeah, so that's going to be something that's gonna I think be something we can do in order to keep this gameplay series going and get all the new updates on. Another note, I did get a speeding ticket. Not a big one. I was doing so good. I got a $39 speeding ticket. I was going just over. I slammed on the brakes, couldn't slam on the brakes fast enough. I thought I was fine. Like I knew the speed trap was coming, and I thought I'd slowed down enough, or thought I'd slowed down in time, but it wasn't enough. I also repaired the John Deere that cost $365 or 365 pounds, and then I also had to buy the front loader attachment, which we don't really going to end up using a whole lot anyways, but that was another 1,500 pounds. So, and then I had a question for you guys that I want you guys to leave an answer in the comments, because I'm really curious about this. So I know I have people from all over the world that are watching this, because it's YouTube. There's people from Scotland, Norway, other parts of the UK, other parts of Europe. People all around the U.S., everything like that. I want to know, like, as far as, so like on this map, this is how I got this question, or this thought came to mind. There's a tractor that drives around with like a red trailer on this map, and it's a John Deere. Well, I mean, it's obviously a John Deere. It looks like a John Deere. I don't think it says John Deere on it, but it's obviously a John Deere just based on the tractor style and color. But so I want to know, in your area, your country, wherever you're from, wherever you're at, what tractor brands do you see the most often? Or if it's just this variety of them, I want to know. Like, tell me what you see all the time. Because even in the U.S., it's like, well, some areas, like the area I live in, it's mostly Case tractors and John Deere tractors, and the reason being, those are the two dealerships that are close by in this area. There's a lot of wheat farmers in this area that do that kind of thing. There's also a lot of old equipment and old big equipment, and you kind of know the Big Bud style tractors, right? I mean, you know them because they're in game probably, but if you don't, they're the ones that are just huge, high horsepower, wide, like just multiple tires on them, everything like that. And the area where I work in, there is a lot of hills, so it requires a lot of horsepower to farm. So a lot of the farmers have huge implements because the fields are huge too, and they grow a lot of wheat out here. So they have a lot of like old New Holland and other brands that I couldn't even tell you, where they have like Big Bud style tractors that pull their equipment that'll have 3 or 4 tires coming off of them on the axles and stuff like that, just because that's what they need here. And the combines here will have 3 tires on the front just to help make sure they can. And the combines they use are huge. I mean, obviously they're using they're all sorts of stuff. And I also noticed a lot of times the farmers out here will use like the big balers, kind of similar to what we have in game, and they'll bale all the straw and load it up and stuff like that. And you can see some of that harvest season because it's essentially in my city, it's just surrounded by wheat fields. There's wheat fields everywhere you go. They also grow a lot of like lentil beans and other stuff like that, but wheat is the primary crop they grow. I don't know if this is still the case, but I know at one point the county I live in was the leading wheat producing county in the United States. So there was more wheat produced in the county I lived in than any other county in the United States. I don't know if that's still the case, but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But anyhow, yeah, so drop a comment, let me know. I'm really curious to know kind of what you see in your area, because like obviously this is a European map. This one we're playing on, it's in Great Britain or the UK. And John Deere is an American brand. I know you can get essentially whatever you need wherever you're at in the world, but I want to know is there a lot of American tractors where you're at? Is it mostly European? Is it a mixture? Is it all European? And I'm just kind of curious, and two, if you're in the U.S. watching this, do you see any like foreign tractors and stuff like that around? I'm really curious. So please leave a comment to inform me about that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep working on the silage, and then I'll be back with you after we get all that done. All right, so all of the silage has been transported. So I think we had around 500,000 liters. So we'll see how much we get tonight. I think we'll get another 70 or 80,000. So that'll be helpful for us. And then we might go to the store tomorrow and start looking at harvesters, because I think tomorrow stuff's going to start being ready to harvest. So that's probably where we're going to close out the episode. I know it's 2:17. I feel bad wasting the day, but I really don't have a whole lot else to do. There's not any contracts I really am interested in doing, so I'm just going to probably just wait and see if any contracts pop up. I doubt it, and then if not, I'll just call it a day. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, good morning. We got another $55,946 from silage, so that was not bad. That means we got right around $135-ish thousand for one load, and we should get another load this season, so that'll be fantastic. But as you can see, I've spent some money. I went ahead and got us this guy, which I think this is what we started off with anyways. But anyhow, now it's ours again, and I got, I think, probably the same header trailer we had, just so we could haul the head around, because obviously at these narrow roads, we're not getting this thing anywhere. But I think this is great. I think this is even better than like a starter harvester. So the total for all this stuff here, the header trailer, header, and the harvester was $258,500. So perfect for us, though. This is what we need. I know we could have leased a harvester, but I think in the long run this will be better for us. So I didn't get any contracts yesterday. There's still nothing really that I'm interested in. That guy still needs to be cultivated, but and our stuff isn't ready to harvest yet. So probably tomorrow, and that'll be the part 1 of fall. So but this is where I'm gonna wrap up the episode, guys. So hopefully I'm just leaving you hanging. Next episode's gonna be harvest. So if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. If you enjoyed the video, please hit a like button down below. And if you have anything you want to say or add, or any other suggestions, or if you're just enjoying the content, please drop a comment below and let me know what you're thinking. Anyways, this has been Farmer Cop. Thank you, and thank you for watching.